programs, Texas Fame, Texas Fast Track. Mr. Calvin, we recognized them yesterday in court. Guess what? Those are employer-driven workforce programs that are meeting their needs. And we're able to incorporate people that have made mistakes, Commissioner Calvin, the reentry programs, the second chance program. I know the city is looking at that. We look to partner with you on that. We also set up a Texas Fame program that recognizes and partners with the Alamo College District to get people an associate's degree and a mentorship and an employment so that they have an associate's degree and have a job so they can become tax-paying citizens in our community. Oh, by the way, we got a new baseball stadium coming online. And you know what? We did that with no homeowner property tax. Does that sound familiar for you? The county's also adopted a new 5-year program. In fact, it was yesterday. County Housing Framework to deliver no fewer than 1,500 affordable housing units in the urban core. We have to protect our urban core, our SISDs, our Harlingdales, our Edgewood, our South Center. Because with dwindling enrollment, their prognosis is not good. So the county wants to partner with our school districts and increase housing units. But we've already started to do that. $15 million for 2,400 new housing units right now across Bexar County. That is smart, sustainable progress. Infrastructure. That's a key element of county government. $178 million in new transportation projects. Alamo Regional Mobility Authority, $44 million for 3 new projects online. This is one of the good ones. $102 million for via Silverlight to get advanced rapid transit from the east to the west, which I believe will be a true game changer from Harley to Lake, oh, by the way, to the Frost Bank Center, which will help the revitalization of the east side. We just got a report yesterday. Everything kind of happened yesterday in court. Although it's not on court. $41 million investment on the internet connectivity, high-speed internet. Spectrum has delivered that they are almost completed that project. We have fulfilled our promise to bring and bridge the digital divide. We put 41, guess what? That was another public-private partnership. County put, I understand, $18 million, and I believe the Spectrum put the balance. So true public-private partnership that dealt with a specific issue that we learned from the pandemic. We have vulnerable families that can be disconnected, and we must be prepared for whatever situation comes forward. So let me close with this. This is strong, steady, effective leadership from myself and from my colleagues on the Commissioners Board. That is what sets us apart, and I am proud to be here to participate with Jeff in our fireside chat to discuss about referendum A and B, because that's the next game-changing event, and we got a lot of work to do. God bless you all for the opportunity to be here.
For the judge. Judge, I'm asking, don't get comfortable. You might like picking up. Come back up on stage. We're going to have a little fireside chat. I'd like to invite our special guest to join us. For the San Antonio Spurs, sports and entertainment, our friend R.C. Beaver. And this is the Rodeo of San Antonio, my friend Cody Davenport. To the Lord of thank you for taking time to be here this morning with us. We have a few questions. Before we pick it up back with it.
I got a little feedback. Oh, I'm the one. Here we go.
All right, well, thanks for your time. Let's start with, you ended with the conversation with Prop A and B. I think there's confusion on what Prop A and B might really be, and I think you really clear that up and define it for us.
Yeah, there's a lot of misinformation, a lot of confusion. And so what I have tried to do is get the correct, accurate information. We have RC and Cody here, so they're gonna add in and make sure that what we are proposing. The county venue tax election is an option. And the is about the use of a county venue tax, which is a tourist tax, which will be paid by tourists. Hotel occupancy tax, rental car tax, to support the county facilities, Prospect Center, Joe Henry Freeman Coliseum, and the Coliseum ground, so that the rodeo can really truly expand and do what it can do. Referendum B, let's support San Antonio Spurs with new Spurs Arena. This county venue tax is not a homeowner property tax. There is zero impact on homeowners and renters. It is paid for by the tourists that come, that spend a night. And people say, oh, tax increase. Well, let me tell you what this tax increase is. On an average bill of $200, 1.75%, which is the county venue tax for a hotel occupancy, is $3.50. We're going to go to 2%, which is the max allowed by law. That's a 50 cents a day tax increase. For those that say, oh, it's a tax increase on us and homeowners and the most vulnerable, give me a break. The other part is that we have an opportunity to invest with the Spurs. And it's so crucial that people get the right information. I get pushback. Why do we have to do all that money for the Prospect? Does anybody here want the Prospect Center to become the next Astrodome? And if we don't do anything, or just status quo is unacceptable. That's the reason why I opened with my remarks. We've got to grow. We've got to innovate. We've got to move to the next level. So, I'm going to stop and allow.
Well, Judge, yeah, I want to thank you. It's actually a follow-up question. I think they explained the venue tax. You did an amazing job of covering that. Because people get confused when you hear the venue tax and you get on the ballot, and the ballot language starts with this is a tax increase. And so there's a real confusion here with this. But let's move on to something very important, Judge. I think you can help this. Because there's been a lot of what I'll call misinformation. What can this money actually be used for or not be used for, like flood control or housing?
That's right. The county venue tax is prescribed by law. The law tells the county that the county venue tax must only be used for venues and tourist development. That's the statute. And so when people push back, what about sidewalks, what about streets? Well, those are things we need to do. But for the county venue tax, it must be a venue tied to the church. We get information. Well, the last bond, it created the Tobin, it created the Riverwalk, created the north and the Mission Trail to the south. Those were venues. Right now, I don't believe we need to create new venues. We need to take care of our current facilities, the county facilities, and whatever money is left over, let's do our share to keep the San Antonio Spurs here in San Antonio. That's what's key about this election.
Thank you for clearing that up. And I'll jump over to RC with a quick question regarding the Spurs. I mean, you've been an anchor institution over there in that facility and in our community. Tell me how Prop A and B kind of facilitates your future, your vision of growth for our community and your connection to the community.
Thanks, Jeff. Thank you for being here today. We really think this is a great opportunity for us to carry our legacy forward. For years, we've had an unbelievable partnership with our community. And one thing that we've learned, the 50th anniversary shared with us, we talked to a lot of our alumni our region, 2 in Austin, the rest in San Antonio. And it's David, it's Tim, it's Lonnie, it's Tony, it's our legacy players, but it's also George Hill and Lonnie Williams and Antonio Daniels who played here. They left, and then they came back to this community. That's the way our players feel about San Antonio and what you all have allowed them to build with their families and their lives. And I think the opportunity for us to move downtown, to carry that legacy forward, to help revitalize Hemisphere Park, which has not had much activity over a 25-year period. We think this is a great opportunity for us to reinvest in our community. We'll talk a lot about what we're going to do to make San Antonio grow for the next decades to come.
Thank you. Cody, you guys get the opportunity, you do an amazing impact here, and you have talked about this. You talked about our 30 or 45-day period. This gives you an opportunity to change the whole dynamic. Can you talk to us about that and what it's going to mean for y'all?
Yeah, 100%. I think that, you look at our industry as a whole, Western, and the size, of the industry as a whole. So a lot of people, they think, there's a big rodeo, things like that. We're talking about the Western industry. And we have been busting at the seams. If you come to the grounds, which I'll come to rodeo in February, you see we're moving 1.5 million people.
You guys want to know? Yeah, we didn't get the instructions for that. You're there.
Start from the top.
I'd like you to meet Cody Davenport with the Rodeo. Cody, tell us about the economic impact of the rodeo.
I want to make my opening statement first. They tricked me and told me I was running a rodeo, and somehow I'm doing this stuff, so don't take it. All right, so, we busted the seams. We have, when we started for the month of February, and you look at us now, we're doing all close to 1.5 million people, due to those grounds down there in that time period, close to 70 foreign countries are coming down there. We literally are busting at the seams. We've been trying to, expand and grow based upon the contractual terms we have right now. We're locked in. And then, as a show, I get the opportunity to go out and work in our industry, the whole Western industry. So I'm in Calgary, I'm in Cheyenne, I'm in Vegas, and all this. So I'm out there working in this industry, and it's so massive, this industry. And so many communities out there are capturing this industry. And we're not talking about an industry that's a fad. I get it, Yellowstone kind of is for the moment. This is not a bad industry. It's been around a very long time, very stable. So we're ready to bust the seams. And I'm going to give a shout out to my friends at Spurs here, because quite frankly, without that partnership to go in and be in the fall center with them right now, which they took us to the finish line to work on that, we would still be a mid-level production rodeo working inside the Coliseum with 8,000 seats. It took that partnership with Spurs to get us to that point. Now your San Antonio is a world-class rivals in NFR, as far as production size and things we do. Not just the rodeo, now the grounds themselves, the amount of people, kids, the things that we love about skate practicing, and then dying for the opportunity to expand. So I will say, my buddy here said, when I first found out that I could for new home, I run from the rodeo in the ground. But came out of it pretty dang quick and realized that we've been waiting for this opportunity. And I believe in divine intervention. I think the stars aligned just right. And we took the rodeo 15 years ago as a board, as an organization that came about. We might not have been ready, but we were ready. And we were ready to seize this opportunity. And quite frankly, each site is our home. We started there. That land was donated by Joe and Eddie Freeman. All agricultural purposes through legislation is our home. We're a proud Eastside resident. We want to hold those grounds. We want to take care of those grounds. We want to be there forever.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to share with you something I've been pitching when we've had any of these opportunities to meet with the press on this. I want to get y'all's input is the economic impact for our local business owners, our small businesses, and how much job opportunity will be created through a construction of the arena, expansion over there on the ground.
I asked
he and all of you will respond to that.
Well, let me just start out by one of the commitments that I'm going to require in regards to the contracts, what the county will do, the city will do, the Spurs, and the Rodeo will do. I want to make sure that all the opportunities that contracts can give small businesses, small contractors, whatever we can do to keep, and we have a proven track record from the 2008 and from the original AT&T SBC Center. We did a great job, and I want to give a shout out to our county department leader, Renee Watson. And for those that know Renee Watson, she knows that she's committed to small business entrepreneurship. And so we're going to make sure that part and parcel of any commitment with all our partners here is that we make sure that we take care of our local business communities. Thank you.
We have a long history of employment in San Antonio. We have 500 full-time employees, close to 1,000 part-time employees. Over the course of time, building the Frost Bank Center, remodeling it, the Rock, we have over-exceeded expectations on small and minority women-owned businesses. And that commitment has been a priority to our organization, to the whole family, and this is our home. We want to see great entrepreneurial opportunities succeed. We have a culinary program where we bring local entrepreneurial businesses into the Frost Bank Center for all of our events. And in building a new downtown arena and the development that goes around that, we're committing more than $2 million to the development around the arena, including the $500 million of our studios. That development is going to have a great impact on jobs and the opportunities for it.
Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of this first off. It was shocking to us when we had our economic impact study done even, but when we had it done, we looked at $367 million from San Antonio, San Rodeo. I think the key ingredient inside of that is, we're talking about the month of February. 1 month, $367 million. So we have projections going forward based on what we've been doing since the times two number. I'm talking about real numbers. Captured high level. Type of people we're bringing in, coming from every county in the state, every single county. Average stay with us is 3 days. We're not a quick hit. You're coming in, they're bringing their animals, their competitors, and things like that. They're staying with us for the duration of their life. They're staying for 3 days inside outside money, pouring in that has to stay there. If they don't want to leave that area, and you bring these animals and competing and things like that, you really don't want to travel out of proximity to things. They're forced to right now, we all know it, right? With that, the type of clients we're talking about. That's on the high level. Now down on the lower level, studying my peers out there, we've been embracing for a few years now. We're about you guys. We're a nonprofit. We're about you. We're bringing up that next generation. So when I talk about going out, we're bringing in local nonprofits all around. And the challenge is a lot of these kids, they can't compete by doing their show animals or traditional ag type of things. But what they can do is they take ownership of the top show and rodeo by being part of the population. So we can use you. You've probably seen those out there. We're using nonprofits inside our ushering. We're using them at the front gates. We're using them across the board. All our operations now are growing up. They're turning that recycling operational money back into the community that used to go to third parties that maybe weren't even from here, certainly didn't care about us. Now we're able to funnel it back to the youth in our areas and stuff like that. And then nice work with the county. Very appreciative. We were able to develop our own concessions company. We're heading into our second year of our own concessions company. And again, the purpose of that is to start using our local vendors, our local entrepreneurs, our local restaurants and things like that. And then even bringing nonprofits in. And I referenced the NIOSA concept for all y'all that grew up here. We'll supply the chicken on the stick in the location. You bring your nonprofit in and man it, and I can funnel money back in. So kind of high end, ways that we can bring it down into our nonprofits and surroundings as well.
Thank you very much. Just Mike picking up here. I said my other Mike died. One of the things that's been important about this whole project Early estimates are between 5,000 to 7,000 construction jobs. Those are jobs right here in our community that will make a difference, and because of this kind of project, so gentlemen, I really appreciate that. Judge, I gotta ask, how does this fit into the priorities of the county and the long-term impact of the county and what you're trying to achieve with both these things?
Well, I addressed it this morning. It's economic development. It's revitalization. It's for, and I've talked to a lot of citizens. Commissioner Cowder, you did a town hall meeting, and you heard the voices of these guys. They feel that there were promises made that weren't kept. And so when the first approach about, oh, we can't get to do Spurs Arena, my first response, what are you going to do for the East Side? And it continues to be, what are you going to do for the East Side? And I will submit to you, what's good for the East Side is good for our entire county. It will allow us to grow. I hope that what we're here exactly leadership is all about. And so I really want to punch, so to speak, the fact that we have an opportunity to have a game-changing event. Toyota was a game-changing event. We've had as many successes, and we've got continued success. Look at the explosion growth to the southwest of Precinct 1 and to the south. And Commissioner Calvert, Precinct 4 to the southeast. That's our next big area. And we're doing that with affordable housing. We're doing that with infrastructure. We're doing that with the tools in the toolbox that the county has. And so that's the reason why I see this election as an important part of that continued growth.
Thank you, Judge. RC, I got a question for you, but this comes in the press really quite a bit. It's really got two parts. I think it impacts your story. A, why do the Spurs need a new arena? And then tell them how being a small market team, how that impacts how you have to generate revenue and do things different from other maybe competitors in the league.
Well, you've heard Cody say, they want us out, first of all. Having said that, playing the entire month of February on the road is an incredible competitive disadvantage as we approach our next generation championship building team. For years, when we had a very mature, really elite team, it was kind of it was the beginning of the playoffs. Rodeo road trip started, here we go. Now, when you've got a young team that's trying to find that itself and trying to learn how to win, to play 10 plus games in a row on the road, to be away from home that long, it's really difficult emotionally, and also it's difficult on the games we have to squeeze into the rest of the season. So just from a business opportunity, the way we can balance the schedule, that's a competitive advantage for us. As far as the opportunity to reconnect with our community 365 days a year in a downtown arena venue, allow the rodeo to grow in the ways that they want it to do, we think it's a win-win across the community. You'll see these entertainment districts are growing all over sports, and that's a big part of the competitive business model that is being used in the development of championship programs. And so we believe that's an opportunity for us to contribute to our community, to invest a lot in our community, and also to create that business opportunity through a 365-day entertainment district.
Judge, you touched on this about the east side, but Cody, I'm going to go specifically to you on this. Tell me how, I know some of these answers we shared with you, how do you tie into the east side and promote them and drive that growth over there? That bond you have with Commissioner Calvert and others over there. Tell me what's going on over there working on the east side.
Well, I mean, it goes back to who we are and our mission. That's what we do. And, you know, it's been interesting. You look at the old photos of the grounds down there, and we were surrounded by a lot of land pasture that grew up around us. And I think when I came as a CEO and my team is there now, we recognize the fact that the world of agriculture and the community that we live in have evolved and changed. So a lot of effort going out now. I'm very proud to say, you know, over 4-Hers, you got background to recognize this. The San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo is the first stock show and rodeo that is building its own agriculture and bringing them into our own 4-H program so that we can treat them in the same advantages, if you will, and training opportunities that reside in rural communities right there on our grounds. And that is groundbreaking inside our industry. We had to kick some doors down to get done through 4-H and things like that. We have youth riding programs going over there. Our kids horseback right now. We're getting, riding with us over there. All these programs we're doing, so we are determined to take kids in our area to where they grow up and they're like, "Man, the coolest experience in the world." I literally grew up right next door to a major stock show where I experienced everything that somebody, maybe in a rural community got to experience. But the key to all that is not just those experiences, but how do we mention trades, or the judges mentioned work. We work with everybody he mentioned because they come to us and they want to see our ag mechanic programs, they want to see our trade programs, they want to see these programs. They're looking for future people to employ, and they're looking at these youth. So we're partnering with them as well as how do we get these kids to transition into the trades more? How do we do the 2-year opportunities? How do we break the mold of some of these things that we've been stuck in on the educational side, creating not just better citizens, but as the judge has referenced, tax-producing citizens that are out there in society. How do we break those barriers down simultaneously as we're getting closer to these kids in our immediate area like that? So we're doing some groundbreaking stuff inside of your San Antonio stock show area that all rodeos in the nation are studying us right now, watching us do these movies right now.
Hey, Jeff, let me add to that this opportunity that we have with this referendum and what we can do for the revitalization side and then partnering with the San Antonio Rodeo, not only just for their event, but what they give back into the community, the scholarship for FFA, that it synchronizes with what Commissioner Coward has done in Precinct 4 with the urban farm, which is down the street, and moving the County Ag Extension Office education to Precinct 4. So I'm telling you, we have all the opportunity to bring things together, but we got to stick together as a community. And so we have to do our very best to get the accurate facts, the accurate figures, the accurate information out, so that the voters can make an informed decision. I will respect whatever the decision the voters are, but I want them to have accurate information. That's what's crucial about this morning and what we got to do.
I'm going to close out with one last question. I'd like each of you to respond if you can. Why is now the right time to do this? Why is now the right time? Okay?
Now is the essence of what we have to do. We live in real-time world now. And what we need to do is look at the foundational piece that this referendum election can provide. It provides for the foundational piece at the county facilities, as it's been explained, so that we then can really focus in on the revitalization and all the other programs that we can help for the east side. We've got to keep the Spurs in town, and we have an opportunity for revitalization of the downtown area, because we're out in the Hemisphere area. And so we're doing this not on the backs of the homeowner property tax. And I think that's what I want to really impress, is that we have an opportunity to seize. We saw that with Toyota. We saw that with the JW Marriott TPC Courts. We've seen that with numerous opportunities. We're seeing this with these Japanese manufacturing companies coming here. We have an opportunity to grow. But it grows when we do now.
The hoop gods have been really good to San Antonio in a lot of David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and now Victor Young. This young team that we have is exciting, and the future of our program is poised to reach the levels that we've played in before. And I think creating an environment that allows us as a community to come together, again, on the visitors' taxes. Many of the taxes that the city's contribution to are already being taken by the state, and let's keep them here. If we don't use them here, they're going back to the state. They're already being taken. So let's capture these public-private partnerships. Now's the right time.
Cody?
Yeah, I look at this, I love
there to support our community. I want to thank the judge, the commissioners for getting this on the ballot, for allowing us to have this choice and stand up. We're a round of applause. For the community. There's a city 400 miles north of us that is building an arena, and that team is putting in $50 million, and the city's putting in $950 million. Our Spurs stood up and said, we're going to invest in our community. Can we get a round of applause to R.C. Buford and the $2 billion And then on the end, we got Mr. Rodeo himself. I'm going to tell you, I've met so many people the last 2 months that have not met Cody. And if you can't feel the passion of what San Antonio Livestock wants to, and Rodeo wants to bring to San Antonio and the growth and the potential, 365, I want to thank Pat Foss, who's been a leader on that board, along with Cody, for bringing the vision, the growth, and the success. Can we have a round of applause for our friends at San Antonio? I'm going to close with 2 things. Early voting starts in 5 days. Monday. Now, we told me, say Monday. Now, Monday. We'll be very blunt. Get your rear ends out there and vote. This is potentially going to be a low turnout election. Every vote counts. Get your friends, even people who don't like you, drag them to the poll. We've got to create a turnout and support this effort. Please, I'm asking you passionately to please get out to vote. In the back, if you don't have it and you like it, there's paraphernalia and signings and things to support Prop A and Prop B. Please go out there, take a sign, take a bumper sticker, take a button. This community must rally and rally now, and it's up to those of us in this room, so please do that. Okay? The last thing is, before we get to the gifts, there's a parking pass that you guys have gotten to scan to get free parking if you had it. If not, my staff will be in the back, and they'll make sure you have the pass so you don't pay for your parking today. I can't thank you enough for being here. Can we have a round of applause for sold out? We have a few gifts for Joe. We want you to be able to hang this in your office. It's a wonderful little thing to remember being here today. We want you to remember Rodeo. And Mr. Rodeo, remember Rodeo. And Rachel, these are for you. For thinking of keeping us all happy.
And I'll be honest with you. The reason why I'm sitting here today is this kind of this lady, Rachel Sakai, is more to this community than anybody else. And I know that I do more now. I put my money on Rachel Sakai. She's the rock of the foundation of the Sakai family. Thank y'all very much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much for all
you up really fast? Whatever clip or button or pocket you have.
Here, I'll let you pick my pocket. Or pick the pocket. No, pick my pocket. Pick the pocket. I have a pocket on this side, guys, too.
Okay, third one fits here.
I'm gonna go on this side.
Okay.
And I got one for your pocket on this side.
Yeah.
Slip it in.
Hold on 1 minute. Sorry, Judge.
Okay.
There he is.
Y'all are throwing him under the bus, huh?
Every time. You good to go? All right, it's all yours.
I'm still having a hard time listening, so guys, I may have to ask you to speak up or repeat.
Nuremberg recently and raising some concerns about business community's concerns with your leadership. What do you make of that?
That's not important today. What's important today is to get the information out in regards to referendum A and B. Referendum A and B is an opportunity for economic revitalization for the east side and downtown areas. And so we have spent this morning trying to get accurate facts, figures, and information to the entire community. That's what this morning's breakfast was all about.
How does the approval of Prop A and B mean growth for Bexar County?
What it is the use of our county venue tax, a hotel occupancy tax, a rental car tax, which is a tourist tax. No impact on homeowners and renters. It is a tourist tax, and it gives us an opportunity with referendum A to support our county facilities. The Frost Bank Center, Joe Harry Freeman Coliseum, and the Coliseum ground, so that the San Antonio Rodeo can expand to a year-round program, so that the Frost Bank Center cannot become the next Astrodome. That can't happen. And we have an opportunity for growth by allowing the San Antonio Rodeo, which gives, by the way, $12 million a year in scholarships to its community, a commitment to the east side, and also, too, we have an opportunity that they can expand. They make nearly $375 million a year in 1 month. They can expand their rodeo industry so that they have easily projected they can double the amount of money. As I explained, we have Japanese manufacturing plants, we have growth. This is another opportunity for the east side to participate in the growth of Bexar County.
So what can you say about the east side right now? Because some people have said that they feel like the east side was already left behind with the Frost Bank Center. So what can you say about it right now, and also changes
When
this proposition?
when the project about a new Spurs arena came forward, I insisted and have made a requirement that we take care of the east side first. So that's what Proposition Referendum A is all about. Let's invest. The east side, we need a foundational piece. And if we can make that area around the county facilities, which was supposed to have been an economic generator, we need to fulfill that past promise that wasn't met.
I think there's some confusion about the two ballot measures and how they're related. Could you speak to the relation between Prop A and Prop B and what happens if one passes and one doesn't?
We'll have to I respect the voters or whatever decision they make, but Referendum A is the use of the county venue tax, which is by law, can only be used for venues and tourist development. Referendum B is what the balance of money will go to a new Spurs arena, period. This is not Project Marvel. That is a City of San Antonio project. We have an opportunity to use the tourist tax, the county venue tax, without any impact on the homeowners. So we have an opportunity to grow. And when we grow with referendum A and we grow with referendum B, which is a new Spurs arena, which by the way, the Spurs are putting 500 million, the city's putting in 489, and the county is putting in $311 million, with the Spurs committing that $500 million and nearly 1.5 billion to development around the new arena. So I see a great opportunity, a great impact, just like what we did 20 years ago to help Toyota relocate. We used the tools in the toolbox, tax abatements, tax incentives. This is an opportunity for growth, and that's what this community needs in order for the county, as I indicated to you, to balance its budget, but yet protect our community, especially the most vulnerable, the children, the families, the seniors, the disabled, the veterans. That's what this referendum election could be, is allow Bexar County to grow.
Have you seen any public polling about voter sentiment on these?
No, I have not.
Is there any data or numbers for how much job growth we can see with these propositions?
The what?
Job growth. Can you tell us if there's any data for what this can come out of?
You heard this morning the Rodeo has said that they can double the amount of their gross revenue. In 1 month, they're grossing nearly $375 million, and they have projected they can double that with a year-round enterprise. But what is inviting and what is exciting is the opportunity. If we put the foundational piece to referendum A to revitalize the east side on the county facilities, I want the community to reimagine the east side. We have a Willow Springs golf course that I've identified as a possible economic generator if we can put maybe a hotel like a JW Marriott or Hyde Hill Country along the Salado Creek and golf course. Reimagine the east side if we deindustrialize that warehouses around with the use of tax incentives, tax abatements for those property owners, so that we can put in housing, we can put in a hospital, we can put in neighborhood centers, we can put things that the community really, really needs. But the county venue tax, by law, can only go to venue, and it must be tourist related. That is the law.
Days out from early voting, we're still hearing a lot about from folks who think that people are confused about this. Is there anything differently you would have done in retrospect leading up to this election?
You know, we can look back in 2020. I will hope that the voters get all the information they need to make an educated decision. I will respect the decisions of the voters. I'm not going to speculate what will be the next move until we see the results of referendum A and B.
Do y'all have a backup plan if this vote doesn't go through?
Right now, we're focused on passing referendum A and B, and I'll let the voters make that decision.
You mentioned in there the not getting into constitutional issues, not raising property taxes, passing balanced budgets. Do you think that that's stuff that matters to this group of people?
The what now?
You mentioned not wading into constitutional issues, passing balanced budgets, and not raising property taxes. Do you think that those are the sort of things that matter to this group of people?
I believe so. I believe what I have shared with this group today, with the Greater Chamber and its membership and the people that have showed up, is to help put out accurate information, accurate facts, accurate figures, and so that the community, the voters, can make an informed decision. That's all what we tried to do this morning.
One last question, guys. This is a pass or no pass. Why would you not have a backup plan?
We are committed to get a revitalization of the east side. So no matter what the outcome is in regards to referendum A or B, Bexar County is committed to the revitalization of the east side and the entire community. And we'll do that through affordable housing, which I stated in my State of the County. We did that with maintaining public safety, public health. All the programs that we have developed in partnership with the schools, especially mental health, and okay. Let's shut it off. Shut it off. I'm sorry, but
Thank you all. Appreciate it.